Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to get the Times Quick Cryptic. Now I thought, well, Tuesdays. I've had my Monday puzzles have been a nightmare. Last 5 weeks I've DNF'd on them. So I came into Tuesday thinking, well, normally these are a little bit easier, but I've just seen them over Teazel, and Teazel is probably one of my least favourite settings in terms of getting them done quickly. I mean, I just had a little look back, and the last two puzzles taking me 25 and 28 minutes. So I'm not very hopeful on this. Being a quick one at least. But I have, to be fair, I've got to the end of them. They're just not easy. So and I guess they're so all I can do really is reset the timer and crack on. The French Revolution, um, turn around, turn something. The French le. Find a space to leave a coat. Ascot. No. House and grounds where one may find game. So an anagram of house and, that's 8 letters, house and, grounds where one may find game. Cool. Row of mountains resounded with echo. Porthole shutter not at all heavy. Porthole shutter not at all heavy. No, sure. Compassionate, being English. Compassionate makes me think kind. Compassionate, being English. You'd think that means there's an E on the end, or I would. Being humane. Human and humane. There we are. Oh, getting a bit desperate to have got that far down with nothing in it. At critical moment, energy in dancer's toes. I don't know if dancers is an anagram indicator. Or just toes of dancer. The R. Energy. At critical moment. Card Peter played, that may be put down for star. Okay, that looks like an anagram. Card Peter. Star. Cool. I mean, I know stars, but I can't think of one there. That's a major, that's a minor. Just trying to get my brain into how they go. Sol. Andromeda. So it's probably going to end in, I can't think of any 3-letter ones, 3-6 ones, but I think there's going to be something like an A on the end of it. There you go. What's this one? Freight to travel on passenger transport, cargo. Cargo. Transport is to go. Passenger transport, train. I think that's cargo, but I can't quite decide why. Mexican dish, oh gosh, and a chili stew. A chili spelled that way, so that must be an anagram of chili, which is enchilada. Okay. Mum always very thin. Ma, ear, air, I. Mum, ma, mom. Mum could be quiet, always very thin. I'm thinking always could be always can be AY. I'm going to put AY in there. I don't think it is, but we'll see. To an extent, okay, this could be a hidden word. In treatment towards medical help, which is treatment. There we are, treatment. Okay. Phew, that looks like Hugh down in the corner. Meekly surrendered, primitive shelter before row. Meekly surrendered. Gave in, something in, I would think that is. Surrendered. Primitive shelter before row. Row. So what's a word that's in for a row? Not sure. I don't think it's his turn though. Let's get rid of that. It's not helping me. Shoulder, burden of file transfer. Is that an anagram of file? Shoulder burden. Burden of file. Shoulder is to bear, is to stand. Slow speech from doctor with sharp impediment. And that, what we think, slow speech, drawl, yeah, drawl and all. Yeah. Squad of players not finishing drink. Oh gosh. So we've got side, team. Okay, that's easy. Start to speak, leaving opponent nowhere to stand. Start to speak, leaving opponent nowhere to stand. Well, the word's either going to be and or the, probably. Start to speak is an S, leaving no opponent. Oh, nowhere to stand. Standing room only. Can't be that way, can it? Whoa. Leaving opponent nowhere to stand. Okay, what's this? Serviceman in foreign capital is nosy amid high tension. Serviceman in foreign capital is nosy amid high tension. So I've got no feel for that clue at all. Set free, loose, rid, did a bit of running and finally departed. Jogged, ran, a bit of running, set free, sprinted, raced, and finally, suggest there's a D there probably. Either the D of and or the D of departed. Police officer is man convulsed with greed. Greed is avarice. Avarice doesn't fit. I don't even know if this is cargo across here actually. That could be a bit of a problem. Police officer is man convulsed with greed. Is that just man and greed, which becomes... I want it to be sergeant, really. No, it can't be gent if that's a... Man greed. We've got captains, lieutenants, DIs, cop is Ron, convulsed. I think convulsed makes me definitely think there's an anagram of man and greed going on there, but I can't think what. Police officer is in that case. Agree. No. What's this? Blooming group of actors is rejected. So that must be cast, mustn't it? Group of actors are cast. Blooming. Although cast rejected would be CAST, but that doesn't really work. I mean, that assumes that cargo is correct, that there's an A there. I don't know that for certain. I mean, treatment and gelada are definitely correct. So, blooming, rejected, outcast, blooming, out, okay, fair enough. Outcast, okay, so that's a T there. Oh, get me back to the downs. A port I fancy narcotic. A poet, sorry. A poet I mean that's just an anagram. A poet I assume, with fancy being the... Although I fancy and then E could be narcotic, could be an E. In which case it would be I, a poet. I don't think so. I've got P, O, opiate. There we are, opiate. Okay, and that's on the downs now. A table for celebrities. A table, a list. That kind of table. Fair enough. And this must be Hugh, isn't it? Signal to line up for hearing. Hang on, is it a signal? Hugh. Hey, ho, ho. Signal. To line up is to... Hi. He. What have we got? A, he, I-O-U. Hue or ho is the most likely. Could be a hi. Or I could just spell enchilada correctly. Would be the simple answer, wouldn't it? Enchilada. Okay, that's a Q then, isn't it? That makes it a lot more simple. This one? Yeah, that's definitely an anagram of card, Peter. Carpet. Red carpet. Ah, maybe put... Yeah, okay, very good. Maybe put down for a star, so that's a good one. That puts my D in place. What's this one here again? At critical moment, energy in dancer's toes. Oh. Surfaceman in foreign capital amid high tension. He's nosy. I mean, 10 minutes I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clues. Maybe an 8th. 9th, 10th, 11th. Okay, I'm almost halfway there after 10 minutes, I suppose. Normally I feel like I'm about down to the last 3 or 4 at this point though. Porthole shutter. Porthole shutter. That's some kind of light, isn't it? Not at all heavy. Shutter. I don't know what they call it. That must be the though, mustn't it, if that's the case? Is that a gendarme, I think? Yep. Gendarme, okay, fair enough. Let's have a look at this one. Mum is always very thin. Mum, I think it's shush. And that's sheer. Okay, fair enough. What's this then? At critical moment, energy in dancer's toes. Bounce? I feel like that's either bounce or flounce or tout, something like that. Assuming that is the. Start to speak, leaving the opponent nowhere to stand. If you've got nowhere to stand, then you have to sit, don't you? Take the floor, I think that is. Take the floor, start to speak, take the floor. There you go, take the floor. Okay, that's... What's going on here? The French Revolution, that can't be right. The French Revolution, I can't think of a word that goes there. That can't be take, can it, really? Unless, where one, house and grounds, where one may find game. Okay, so that's a reference to going hunting. I feel like it's more like, I'm just trying to think of the manner of the thing in Cluedo or whatever. House and grounds where one may find game, so... I don't know that that's take, but I think take the floor is the phrase for starting to speak, but I don't think that looks right with that. The French Revolution. I'll take it out because I just don't feel comfortable with that word there. I mean, it's hard enough anyway, but I don't think DTT is a fill-inable. The French Revolution. I mean, it was dated. Something dated. But what would that be? No, dated. It isn't dated, is it? Because it was T. Yeah, so I don't think there's any word that goes there. If that's take, so I don't know what it is. This, I'm fairly comfortable with drawl. Slow speech is drawl. Doctor with a sharp implement is an awl. A shutter. A porthole, I can't think what you call a porthole beyond something. You have the sea, it's a light into the sea, isn't it? That must be in. This, set free, did a bit of running. Set free did a bit of running. Okay, so that's... And finally departed, so... Running. Charged, shamed. fairly happy with humane. That's the only thing I'm really comfortable with there. So what's this? Serviceman in foreign capital is nosy and high tension. Threat, Trent. Oof. I mean, foreign capital will probably turn out to be some kind of money. A serviceman could be anything, you know. Find a space to leave a coat. House and grounds. At critical moment, energy in dancer's toes. I don't think there's a hidden word in dancer's toes, because the O is there, and there's not enough letters after the O from toes. I do think that's take the floor though, unless that's not team. Squad of players not finishing team, with tea being a drink. I mean, that surely is the answer. Start to speak, take the floor. I'm sure that's take the floor though. So that looks like back to me. But there was a word ending in A, house and grounds, where one may find game. I think that's just a word for house and a word for grounds. Or is it park? Something park. Park could work. Park is a grounds. House is a Villa Park, isn't it? Okay, so home of Aston Villa. Okay, that maybe makes that take the floor, but then what the heck is that one? I'm going to take that out for a minute, just while I think about that one. I've got an L in here at last. Actually, I've got a V over here, this might be more interesting. Meekly surrender, give in, primitive shelter, caving, caves in, I suppose. Meekly surrendered, caved in, they are. Now what's this? Shutter, dark light, is it? I think that's dark light, but I can't really remember what it might be. God, look, we've got another word here ending in A. Find a space to leave A. Coat. That must be Parker. There we are. Parker. Okay. I'm going to have to write that down horizontally. This looks like rid. Did a bit of running. Set free. Finally departed. Don't know. The French Revolution. What hilarities in that clue, I wonder. Campsite. What's this again? Shoulder burden of file transfer. I've got an L there, so it does make me think there's an anagram there, which would be shoulder burden is to illoaf. Okay, if that's an anagram of file, then that can't be dark. I have a feeling it's a dark light, but I can't really be sure of that. Shutter. 2 Fs and 1 L. don't think that is. I think that's actually just. I mean, the question mark at the end actually says to me it's probably more of a just a cryptic kind of clue. So if it was dark, what's that going to be? Shoulder burden. Upload. That is. Upload. Okay. Oh. Shutter. The French Revolution. Coup d'etat. Okay. Coup. I don't know how you spell coup d'etat. There's an apostrophe after D. I think it's d'etat like that. That's horrible. 4 and 5. I don't understand the clue of that one. That's just the French. I think it's the French word for a revolution. Shutter. Dram. Porthole. Dial. So I've got 2 here now over this side that I can't get. This one I do need to get right down, don't I, horizontally, because I feel like I should be a little bit close to getting that. Is it Paris? Something about Paris, maybe. T3, 4, H. Something R, something E, something T. Actually, I heard one of the guys who was in the Times Crosswords final. He'd written the blog for the championship puzzle, and he said that even when you've got, although I write clues that are down, out horizontally, he said actually just rewriting the horizontal ones that you can't get like that. DA. So another look at D, something A, something light, can help you kind of get answers. Well, it hasn't happened for me there, but dual, no. What's this again? Row of mountains resounded with echo. So there's a E for echo. Resounded. Row of mountains is a range. Rang. There we are. Okay, I feel like this is pariah coming in here. Pariah. What's this? Renormed. Golly. Says no one to write down horizontally. RN something M. Something D. I mean, that's bound to be ED, isn't it? I'm still in my standard range for parish serviceman. Paris is, yeah, okay. Paris is the capital, isn't it? Paris. Serviceman. Parish. Oh. Okay, so that's the name of what we're looking for as a serviceman. That's a parish something. Mid-high tension. Nosy. I've got 4 clues left, 22 minutes. I'm not feeling like I'm going to get any of these. I may in a minute just put it on pause so I don't bore anybody with my long waffles. In fact, I'm going to put it on pause now and just look at it for myself. So I'm back. I've had a few more minutes on the clock, and I've got parish priest. So parish priest is prize is to be nosy, and high tension is apparently HT. So that wasn't at all a standard an abbreviation you come across often, but there we go. So got a little bit further on, but I've still got these 3 over here. I wonder if this is deadlight. I think this. I'm now thinking deadlight here. Shutter. If you shutter something, you dead it. It's dead. I don't think so, but I've had a quick look at the alphabet. Critical moment, energy in dancer's toes. Makes me think there's an E there. E for energy. In dancer's toes. At critical moment. I'm not sure. So back on this one. I'm going to go back onto the pause mode because I don't want to waste people's time staring at a video that's full of me just going. So pausing now. Okay, I'm finally back. I've finally put in. I think this is ransomed. I think so. You ransom, and then the D from and the final letter of D and departed. Actually, that doesn't quite work. Ransomed, set free, but I think it's ransomed. This I'm going with deadlight. I don't know. I think it's deadlight. I have a feeling I've heard that word, but I won't be surprised if it's wrong. And this one, I think it's a double definition. So I think the critical moment is at the bounce, and energy in a dancer's toes is bounce. So let's see how we go. Unlucky. Okay, I'm not entirely surprised by that. Let's check. It's not bounce. I don't think I've got the energy to go through another alphabet drawing. That would have been 40 minutes on this puzzle. So let's have a look, see what the answer was. Point. Oh, really? Really? I don't even know what that word is. At critical moment, energy. Okay, there's the E for energy. So point. Dancer's toes are point A. I mean, that is an atrocious QC. I have to say that's probably. I mean, I complain about them occasionally from time to time, but I really think that is atrocious. For point A, coup d'etat being included that way. Villa Park for where you might find a game. Serviceman, parish priest. So yeah, the priest does a service in church, but I mean, QC that should just be a churchman or something, you know. I kind of right old moan now. A gendarme for a police officer. Well, yeah, fair enough, I suppose. Ransomed. Ransomed. I don't really understand that one. If you've been ransomed, does that mean you've been set free, or does that mean you've departed? I think it means you've been let free. Ransom though means to me that you're actually in captivity. So yeah, and then like I look at Parker, and that's find a space to leave a coat. I mean, a coat's a Parker, yes. Finding a space is to park, but you don't actually find a space. You have a space. When you park, you have a space. To leave a, I don't understand what the leave's doing in that clue. There's just a lot of stuff in there. I mean, clues like, to be fair, clue like upload, shoulder burden, or file transfer. That's an okay one. Upload, yeah, file transfer's an upload. A burden's a load. Shoulder up. Not sure about that. Deadlight. That's just crazy to put that in. I mean, there's hardly anything in there that I'm looking at. I mean, that one there, sheer, mum, always very thin. I mean, mum to be shush, and always to be air, which is the poetry, the old poetry thing, to get to very thin, sheer. Yeah, I have to say that's atrocious, personally. Other views may differ, but I was never getting point A. Point. I assume there's an accent over that, Ponte or something, but wow. Okay, rant over. Glad I paused the video for you guys. So if you had a go at it, let me know how you did in the comments, what you think of it as a quick cryptic. But otherwise, thanks for watching.